Hello everyone. So today I am going to talk about inventory management. First of all, I am Harpal Patel and thanks for watching this video. Okay. So first question is, what is inventory management? Okay, so we can relate this with database management. So what is database? Database is a collection of goods, right? And database management is managing the data in such a way that we can access it whenever we need it. Or database plus MySQL is database management. Similarly, inventory management is nothing but a stock of goods or a collection of raw materials or inventories, right, which is held for the purpose of future demands or to fulfill the future demands, manufacturing products and sales. And inventory management is nothing but managing that inventory in such a way that we will never go out of stock. Second, at the end of the day, we will get the profit. Now, coming to the variables in an inventory problem, there are two types of variables: control variables and uncontrolled variables. So what are control variables? Control variables are those that can be controlled manually. Like a decision maker can decide whenever to purchase raw material, how often the inventory should be replenished, and when to stop the production while it is under the inventory of work in progress, so that to fulfill the demand on the time. Second is uncontrolled variables. Uncontrolled variables, that are those variables that cannot be controlled, uh, like electricity supply. Like we will not get the stock of inventory on time due to the transportation problem, right? Those are the things that comes under uncontrolled variables. Next is, what are the questions that we will deal in inventory management. So there are two basic questions. First is how much to order, and second is when to order. Okay, so let's first of all, let me tell you, inventory management is nothing but the branch of business management which deals with the planning and controlling of inventories. Simple as that. Okay, so next is, what are the types of inventory? So there are three types of inventory. First is raw material, second is work in progress, and the third is finished goods. Okay, so what are raw materials? Raw materials are nothing but the basic inputs that are needed, that we need for the production. Like for the production of car, we need raw material as tires, engines, metal body, etc. Second is work in progress. So what is work in progress? Work in progress is nothing but a path through which raw materials will be converted into a finished goods, right? In car production, we can say a process in which the metal body is kept, the engine is kept, the steerings are fitted and the wheels are fixed, and the paint is done on the car body. That is work in progress. And the next is finished goods. So what is finished goods? In this example, continuing this example, we can say a complete car after checking all the possibilities, like airbags, fuel tank, etc. This is a finished car which is ready to be dispatched when the order is placed, right? So this comes under the finished good inventory. Next is, what are the reasons to hold inventory? There are so many reasons, but we will discuss main reasons. First is customer demand. We will never know when the customer will demand for the product. Okay, so we have to keep sufficient stock so that the demand will be fulfilled. Second is pricing related, right? So there are so many discounts on raw materials, or the when the price is low for raw materials, we will purchase that inventory so that we will get the profit at the end of the day. And the third is process and supply surprises, like a fault in our plant, our plant gets damaged so that the production will stop. And the second is delay in incoming goods, like transportation problem, we can say. This comes under the process and supply surprises. Okay, next we will discuss objective of inventory management. So the objective of inventory management is we will never go out of stock, number one. Okay, and second is to maintain a minimum investment in inventories to maximize the profitability. We will maintain the minimum investment so that our profit will be maximum, right? And the third is effort should be made in so that the delivery will be on time and at a right quantity. Okay, so next we will discuss an effective inventory management will have what qualities, right? So an effective management will have a quality such as the raw materials should be supplied continuously so that we will never go out of stock. Second, the carrying cost will be minimum, right? And the insurance for the inventory should be made so that the spoiling of goods or stealing of goods should be managed. Okay, and third is the delivery should be made on time. That are the effective inventory management should have. Next is dangers of over investment. Over investment, we can say our inventories is more than sufficient. Okay, so it will leads us to excessive carrying cost, right? Unnecessary tip up of firms fund and loss of profit at the end of the day. And next is physical deterioration of inventories while in storage due to misleading and improper storage facilities, I mean spoilage of inventory. Next is danger of underinvestment. As we have discussed, danger of underinvestment will leads us to not fulfilling delivery on time, or we will fulfill the delivery but the quality of products should not be ensured as good as we want. Okay, and our goodwill image in front of customers will not be as secured as before. Okay, so the next is function of inventory management. There are three functions of inventory management. First is track inventory, second is how much to order, and third is when to order. Okay, so for maintaining all these things, this we have discussed about inventory. Now let's come to the part of inventory management. Okay, so which deals with how much to order and when to order. These questions can be answered by using EOQ model. What is EOQ model? EOQ model is nothing but economic order quantity. Okay, so a decision about how much to order has a great significance on inventory management. Okay, the quantity should be purchased which should not be neither small or a big, because a buying and carrying cost for that material is very high. Okay, what is economic order quantity? Let's talk. Economic order quantity is the size of the lot to be purchased which is economically viable. I repeat, economic order quantity is a stock of the lot to be purchased which is economically viable. This is the quantity of material which can be purchased at the minimum cost. This is the economic order quantity means. Okay, generally economic order quantity is the point at which the economic buying cost is equals to the carrying cost. Okay, it's a general thing. We will see that in using graph. Okay, the next thing is in determining economic order quantity, we will assume some things like the managing inventory is made up of solely two parts. First is ordering cost and second is carrying cost. These are only two parts for managing inventory. Okay, so next we will see the graph. Okay, this graph has a y-axis as a annual cost and x-axis as a reorder quantity, or how much we will order, how much quantity we will order. Okay, so there is a straight line going through the origin. It is showing the holding cost. Okay, or we can say a carrying cost. So as we can see, the order quantity increase as the quantity of inventory increases, the holding cost increases. It's obvious, because as much as products we hold, the more facilities, the more carrying cost we have to give. Okay, the second is ordering cost, which is decreasing as the order quantity increases, right? For example, we can take as a, like I wants to order 100 pieces of rods. Okay, so for 100 pieces of rod, to transport that, the transporter asked me to give 1,000 rupees. Okay, for that single transportation order. So my per rod ordering cost is 100 divided by 1000 divided by 100. Okay, similarly, let's take another case where I wants to order 300 rods. Okay, so in that case also, the ordering cost will remain same, like 1,000 rupees for single transportation. Okay, so in this case, the ordering cost per rod decreases, because this time it's 1,000 divided by 300. Okay, so in this way we can understand the annual cost decreases as reorder quantity increases. Okay, and the above red line shows the total cost. Okay, so we have seen generally the EOQ is equals to when the holding cost is equals to the ordering cost. So when the point where the holding cost and ordering cost intersect, and line parallel to y-axis is extended, and where it intersect on total cost, that cost will be our minimum cost. Economic order quantity is the order quantity that minimizes total inventory, holding cost and ordering cost. Okay, next we will discuss about ordering cost and carrying cost. Okay, so what is an ordering cost? These are the cost while ordering an inventory. Okay, so it involves many parts, like first is inspection cost. The order that we are ordering should be inspected, so that its quality is good, and yeah, mainly the quality. We will see the quality in inspection. Okay, next is cost of stationary telephones, like that are some basic things for ordering. And the next is expenses incurred on transportation of goods purchased. It's nothing but a transportation cost for ordering. Okay, so these are the costs that is also known as buying cost. So this will come under the cases where we will buy or purchase the inventory. Next is carrying cost. What is carrying cost? Carrying cost is nothing but holding that inventory for the future purposes. So we have to hold that inventory. Holding that inventory also costs us some amount, which includes, first is the cost of capital invested in inventories. Second is cost of storage, right? So the we will store that in some warehouse or go downs, which will also we have to pay rent for that. Okay, that comes under the carrying cost. And the third is insurance cost for that inventory, because insurance should be kept in look, because the spoilage or the stealing of goods should be managed. And the next is cost of spoilage, like if the inventory is spoiled or damaged, then that also comes under the carrying cost. Next we will see the formula of economic order quantity. So the main formula is under root of 2 into D into S divided by H. So what is D? D is nothing but an annual demand. We will see that in example. Next is S. What is S? S is a cost per order. Okay. What is C? C is cost per unit, which is in dollar. What is I? I is holding cost in percentage, and H. H is holding cost in dollars. Okay, so H can be calculated using I and C as H equals to I into C. Sometimes the H is not given, so we have to use I and C to find H. We'll see that in example. So the example is Zartex company produces fertilizer to sell to wholesalers. One raw material, calcium nitrate, is purchased from a nearby supplier at $22.50 per ton. Okay, so what is $22.50 per ton? It is a cost per unit. C. Next, Zartex estimates it will need 5.75 billion tons of calcium nitrate next year. So what is this? It needs this much amount of, this much tons of calcium nitrate next year. So it is an annual demand, which is equals to D. The annual carrying cost for the material is 40% of the acquisition cost. Acquisition cost is nothing but a cost per unit. So I equals to 40%, or we can say 0.4. Okay, and the ordering cost is $595. So ordering cost, we have seen cost per order as equals to 595. So what is our question? Our question is, what is the most economical order quantity? Second question is, how much orders will be placed per year? And the third question is, how much time will elapse between orders? Okay, so we will see each question one by one. So these are the answers. First, let's see economical order quantity, EOQ. We have a formula under root of 2 into D into S divided by H. So H is not given here, right? But we can see C and I is given. So we can find H. H is equals to I into C, which is equals to 0.4 into 22.50, which gives us 9 tons per year, which is equals to H, or holding cost. So using formula and putting the values, we will find the economical order quantity. We'll symbolize that as Q, which is equals to 27,573.135 tons per order, right? So this is the amount we have to order. That question is D. That question should be, that answer for that question is here. So the next is number of orders per year. So number of orders per year will be decided using the formula D by Q. What is D? D is annual demand divided by economic order quantity. How much tons we order per time. Okay, so this will gives us 208.5 orders per year. This is such a simple question. Next is time between orders. So time between orders is Q by D. So Q by D gives us the time collapse between two orders, or we can say a single order will last for this much time maximums, and at that point of time we have to make next order so that we will never go out of stock, which is Q by D. So Q by D gives us something 0.004796 years per order. We will convert that into days as multiplying by 365, which gives us 1.75 days per order. it is not exactly managed. We will order like 1.5 days, or we will make next order after 2 days. It is not the, but it is the exact value that we have to make next order after every 1.75 days. So next is total annual stocking cost, TSC, which is equals to Q by 2 into H plus D by Q into S. This is just a formula for calculating the total annual cost. Total annual cost is nothing but ordering cost plus carrying cost. So which gives us as two lakh 48,158.22 dollars. Okay, so this is the answer for our questions that we have seen A, B, and C parts. So next is last part portion of our topic, limitations of EOQ technique. So what are the limitations of EOQ technique? Like EOQ requires identification of inventory carrying and ordering cost. Okay, we will not know the exact value of ordering and carrying cost every time whenever we need the inventory. So EOQ model will not have that exactness for calculating accurately the cost. Okay, next is sometimes the output from EOQ is inconvenient depending upon the demand of that time. Okay, so it is basically nothing but the variation in demands, like we can say EOQ have calculated some values, but the demand varies as like high or low, so that the EOQ result will not work at that time. Next is, if the material is not regularly required, EOQ is not useful. It is simple to understand. Next is, EOQ is not useful when the prices are fluctuating. It is important point, because EOQ is a thing which will calculate on the basis of annual demand, which we have discussed, right? But the prices are fluctuating, like for in regular months, we can say, then the annual demand which we have discussed in formula is not used, or it will give a false result. Okay, so these are the limitations of EOQ technique. So thank you for watching my video, and this is all about inventory management.